Lagging with Nick, we dump it off like V. Ramonovic. Sorry, homie, you know we not friends, just off of politics. Politics, never get to see who really running. Now you know who running. You rappers on punishment. Papa dog, they be lying on they rebel. Everybody scared a little linky, man, is evident. Feeling like 50 way back in North 3.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, if you thought having one Murray was good, you'll love this matchup because we've got two great running backs, Latavius Murray and DeMarco Murray.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out. And this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Bradford on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 19 yards right off the bat and a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now on 2nd down. Again, it's Cook. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which have to keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll try to throw now. Bradford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. Bradford finding Rudolph there for a Viking first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Time running out here on the play clock. 2nd down, Bradford. Forced out to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Anthony Barr got LA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball. Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. To throw, Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emmanuel Lamur in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking for Pryor long. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one. And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss? Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again. Makes sense, doesn't it? Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play. Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain. So the D-line's going to spread out. 3rd and long for Bradford. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for. Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in. And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week. Excellent focus. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Play action now. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brian Robinson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, there was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a third and long. Cousins. Going with a screen for Murray. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. Now the fourth-year man from Oklahoma, Tress Way, on to punt. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He's going to field this at the 4. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with a... They start the drive with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Crowder now to return.
Whoosh. Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the games we circled coming into the season, the Patriots at the Broncos. These two certainly have played some memorable games in recent years.
They sure have.
And tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 10 with the Dolphins heading up to visit the Panthers. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Murray. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Try to run it in with Murray. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. DeMarco Murray with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Shift together here from the D-line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Off the play fake to Cook. Here's Bradford. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. In search of something here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Bradford getting his guys ready. Here's Bradford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. So out now come the Redskins. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big run that time by Murray. 66 yards. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run. Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. DeMarco Murray with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. They'll try to run with Murray. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Bradford. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 2nd down, Bradford again. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On 1st down, Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Tenth carry of the game now, Murray. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll run the counter with Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Cousins now. And he's got his his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Cook getting the handoff for Bradford. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Cook following the penalty. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Now, never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. A very interesting call. One that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Second half starts with a run by Murray. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They go with Murray again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Working out of the gun. Cousins looking for Pryor long. And this throw will be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
So 2nd and 10 here. They run it again with Cook. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bradford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it. It's Bradford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting